I love the idea of a message to future generations because I have children. I have 4 grandsons. I have future generations in my own household. And I think about the future all the time because I've seen change happen so fast in my lifetime. The world that was when I was a child doesn't exist anymore. And I listened to my parents talk about the world that existed when they were children. That didn't exist by the time I came along. Some important things are missing. I never had a chance to know a passenger pigeon. There are whole categories of things that, if I could, I'd bring them back. Right now, I have a chance. All of us around right now have a chance to protect things that will be gone for those generations in the future, unless we are smart, unless we're wise, unless we really take actions while we still have a chance. I'm haunted by the thought of those future generations asking me, I dream about it, why didn't you do something when there still were blue whales? There were some there when you were there, and you didn't do whatever it takes to maintain an ocean where they could survive and thrive. You were there when there were those neat creatures called beluga whales. They're magical creatures, or anything that is now really looking as though it is in trouble, but it's beyond individual species. It's whole ecosystems, coral reefs. There is real concern that in 50 years, generations will be asking us, why didn't you do something? These extraordinary places that were a part of your experience, a part of your planet when you were there, even if we didn't experience them, they're part of our legacy or not, depending on our actions. I hope that I will be asking the generations of the future not to forgive me and forgive those of us who are around for not doing more, to do what we could, what we can do right now, that we will lose the chance by the next 50 years unless we take actions now. I hope that my question isn't, my message is not one of asking for forgiveness, but rather to ask them to be inspired by the actions that we are taking that have made a difference, to keep it going, to not give up, to not think that everything is always going to be okay no matter what they do, but to realize from our experience and from those who've gone before that we have the capacity not only to change things in a negative way, but to change things in a positive way. I'm so grateful to those who caused national parks to come into being. If nobody before this time had taken such actions, imagine where we could start. The Grand Canyon would probably be bridged over, and as some have proposed many times, there'd be things that would not be exactly in keeping with the wondrous place that we now know and love. The Great Smoky Mountains were brought back from a trend that would have left them or taken them more and more toward carving up into little pieces. Instead, I'm so grateful to those who preceded me, who took actions to sort of pause and rebuild and restore that fabulous part of the Appalachian Mountains and all the ecosystems and the waters and critters that go along with it. And our historic legacy, our cultural legacy as well. All these things are at risk every day unless we take actions. So I guess if I could send a message, it would be one of hope to those in the future, to inspire those kids coming along to realize that they have the potential to make a difference, to find a place for humankind within these natural systems that support us all. You don't have to give up and say it's over, that it's hopeless, but rather, what can we do now to magnify the positives, to protect the natural systems that we don't know how to put back together again, restore what we can, to realize that the economics that we value so much are really embodied in a healthy planet, that if we trash the natural systems, we're trashing the economies, any hope that humankind can survive. But if we take care of the land, the water, the wildlife, certainly the ocean, we're writing for ourselves an insurance policy that can endure far into the future.